Welcome back to the attic, everyone. Before today's episode starts on the sports card forum, I would like to take a moment to say rest in peace. I'm wearing my, you see Ace Frehley up in front there. Rest in peace, Ace. Me and my son truly have been saddened by the news this past week on his passing. We went to see him in concert not too long ago. I'm so glad that my son actually got to see him, being a huge Ace fan, huge Kiss fan as well. I will be showing this card in honor. I know you've seen it once before in my Kiss video that I did with my son. But such a iconic guitar player, influenced so many. I was listening to responses from other groups of all eras, and they couldn't say enough great things about Ace. So rest in peace, brother. You will forever be a big part of my life, because before baseball cards and football cards, sports cards in general, I was a fan of Kiss. I've been a fan of Kiss since I'm about 5-6 years old. And it sucks when it gets to a point where your heroes and your idols start passing. So anyway, enough of the sad, somber atmosphere. Anyway, I'm going to try to make this a little shorter. We're going to focus this week on one of my heroes, a guy that actually drew me in, not because of how over advertised his card was or his promise at the time back in 1989. We're going to focus on Ken Griffey Jr. Before we do that, I'd like to give a loud shout out to my friend out in the Northwest, Mr. Vintage Dave T. So I'll see you on the flip side. Yeah, as you can see, there's Dave's channel card. Let me say something about Dave here. I reached out to him when I found out he was giving out his channel cards. I wrote him an email asking him if he could send me one. He responded rather quickly and said, absolutely. What one do you want? I have a blue back and a red back. As it goes in Andy's Attic fashion, I said, would you be willing to give me one of each? Because to me, two's always better than one. He was gracious enough to send me both of them. So I appreciate that, Dave. I appreciate your support of the channel. I try to watch your videos as often as I can. I lead a busy life, as most of you know. I also have representing the Mariners. I'm a Mariners fan trophy for this one, and I'll go over them eventually in a future video. I love them. They're from right around the late 70s, probably manufactured up to the early 80s, because I do remember seeing a few World Series ones early in the 80s. We also have the Ken Griffey Jr. starting lineup. As the story goes, I used to have both the sliding and this one. And what happened was, in transition of moving a few, well, I don't want to say a few, it's been a couple decades now. I had a buddy, his brother, who wasn't really that good, was always getting in trouble, arrested for this and that, whatever. He found out that I wasn't going to be there that night, since I was going to be staying at my new place and going back for my collection of about 200 starting lineups the next day. Him and a buddy decided to break in and steal my whole Kenner starting lineup collection. So I ended up having to go out and purchase this one a few years back. I'd like to get the sliding one still. I have a few other ones, not as many as I used to have, but this goes back. It brings a lot of good. 1988 is when I graduated, and 1988 was the first year for the starting lineups of any kind. So I was still, I don't know, I guess early on in my adulthood. As far as Ken Griffey Jr. goes, I related to him a lot in that time period. Not because he influenced me or I was doing it before him. We were probably doing it around the same time. I'd wear my hat backwards with my sunglasses. I even had flip glasses for from high school. I always enjoyed the flip glasses for baseball. Anyway, I'm rambling. I'm going to stop rambling. This will be probably I want to say 3 to 4 part video. As many of you know, I will be going in for surgery next Thursday, so I'm going to try to put this together and then I'll break it up because I don't want it to be an extra long video. So there will be a few to be continued episodes. I'm going to start off now with showing some of my PSA graded Griffey collection. I have quite a bit. So like I said, this will be broken up into a few parts. First one I'm going to show you is the 1988 San Bernardino Spirit. Now I had one of these. I sent it in for grading. I think I got a 6 on it. I really wasn't happy with it too much. So I ended up selling that, and the money I made off of that I put towards this one here on eBay. Next up is the card I talked about in the beginning of the intro. It's the Ken Griffey Jr. rookie card. Well, it's a 1989 Bowman rookie. Would love to have the Tiffany, but they are pretty pricey. Now, these are some of my favorite cards here. These came out of the baseball. This is the SCD baseball magazine, 1989. It's the pocket price guides, and it's hand cut. And I love these hand cut cards. I just love them. I've shown some in the past. Some of my favorite cards are the, let's show you the back of that one as well. Has his 1989 Donruss picture on there. And look at that, 1989 Donruss rookie, $3. Obviously, the Donruss isn't the big one. The upper deck is more, and then obviously I think you got a Bowman Tiffany that's probably through the roof. Here's another hand cut, 1991 Baseball Card Magazine replica card, hand cut. And just to spare you some time, I'm going to try to blow through a few of these without showing the backs and talk too much about them. We all know what they are. 89 Topps Trade It. '89 Flair. This one here is the 1989 Donruss that you saw on the back of the hand cut card, the picture they had. Another hand cut. This is 1989 Baseball Card Magazine. And these were in the price guides. I've showed you, I've explained it before. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with them if you collect it. And they were price guides that came out. The '89 Donruss rookies. I'm only going to show you a few more because like I said, I want to cut this video pretty short. The '89 Score Trade It. The '89 Classic Travel Game. This is the update version. '89 Score Young. I think it was Young Superstars. Series 2. Yeah, young superstar. This is one of my favorites. It used to come in boxes of Bazooka bubblegum. You used to get 1 card per box. And this is also one of my favorites because I'm a Toys R Us kid. It's 1990 Toys R Us rookies. Ken Griffey Jr. And I remember these boxes that they sold at Toys R Us really weren't that expensive. So, I mean, I only have a couple of them. 1 graded, 1 ungraded. But man, you know, if you were an investor and not a collector, you could have probably bought $100 worth of them and be making a ton right now. But as a collector and not an investor, 2's good enough for me. There's the 1990 Topps Glossy Rookies. They were inserted in rack packs. This was a purchase, an eBay purchase from last year. It's the 1990 Topps Big. It's an oversized card. I really enjoy oversized. You guys know that. All right, I'm going to stop there. I'll see you on the flip side. All right, I hope you enjoyed my presentation for today. I have quite a few more Griffies to show you guys, so stay tuned for the follow-up. Maybe another follow-up, maybe another follow-up. So anyway, to be continued. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And with that being said, have a super freaking awesome day. Peace, y'all.